What we're going to be looking at, this one is a short, sharp and shiny lesson, but it is about grouping tracks. So what we can do in Ableton Live is actually group similar tracks that are going to require similar types of mixing. So mixing is basically, well, it used to be just balancing sounds, but now it's about refining sound also, shaping the tone of sounds, and just making things sound clearer, bigger, better, etc. So yeah, we're going to get into some grouping now. So grouping, again, I'll explain it. All it is basically grouping tracks together so it's easy to mix. So for example, these chords tracks here are all pretty similar types of sound. So if I select them by holding down Shift and clicking on the top one and clicking down Shift and holding down, clicking down, if I right click and go to group tracks or press Command G, I can group all these tracks together into kind of one track. So I'm just going to rename that to chords. So that's where all my chord synths are. And I might actually just rename that to chords group even, because that's probably a bit more accurate. So likewise here with a melody. Okay, I'm going to group all these melody tracks together and rename melody group. And all my drum tracks, group those. And I'm going to put those in a group, rename it drum group. And these ARPs I might put into, I might change this actually to synth group, because they're all synths, and add the ARPs to that group as well. So if I wanted to add a track to the group, all I do is expand it, select the tracks that I want to add to it, and just drag them underneath those tracks. I might put the pad in there as well, because that's also a similar type sound. So we've got synths, and sorry, the pads should have gone in there. Make sure they do. There we go. So synths, melody, bass line, we've got our drum group, and I'm going to add another group called effects. And then we basically summed up into 5 different groups. This will make it nice and easy for mixing, turning big groups of tracks up and down at the same time, so they don't, so you don't have to go through and adjust individual faders. And yeah, it just makes life a little bit easier when we get to our mixing stage. So yeah, go ahead and do that to your track, and then we'll get stuck into some proper mixing techniques.